Okay, everybody, I got an exciting one today. We're gonna talk about the two methods we've used to now close $1 million a month in commercial cleaning contracts. As always, my name is Peter Boland and I've closed over $50 million in commercial cleaning contracts, and I'm just here to tell you how we did it. Okay, so when you're first starting, so either you're gonna be doing the appointment setting yourself or you're gonna be hiring somebody to do it for you, you have to determine which type of appointment setting you're gonna do. So the two types of appointment setting are skimming and digging. Skimming is nothing more than quickly filtering out prospects to target your ideal client. And digging is essentially setting an appointment with a prospect that isn't fully qualified yet to move forward. So when I say isn't fully qualified, what that means is they might be your ideal client. So they have a janitorial company, it's the perfect type of building that you want, but maybe they're just not ready to move forward yet. So they might be happy with their existing company, they're in a contract, whatever it may be. But digging means that you're setting appointments with people who might not be able to move forward yet, but might be able to move forward with you sometime. Currently in my company, we use skimming, okay? Because all we're trying to do is find existing prospects that have an issue with their current cleaning company, are looking to make a switch already, looking to get a janitorial company, or maybe they're having money issues and they would like to kind of save some money. So that's all we look for when we're qualifying for appointments. Now, when skimming, the script is really, really short. You're not asking them for a bunch of questions. You're really just asking them if they want to sit down and set an appointment, and then if they have issues with their existing company or they're currently looking right now, essentially. Or the price is too much what they think they're paying and they think they could get a little bit less service for a little bit less money. Skimming essentially gives you better leads. Period. You're going to be able to close them better. We close these leads at 40%. The only caveat to it is you need a lot of contacts in order for you to call. And the average appointment setter goes to about $1,600 a month. So if you have 20 appointment setters, you're going to be looking at 32,000 records a month. And if you're in a city of like 1 million people, the average amount of clients you're going to be able to have to call is about 15 to 20,000. You need a lot of area to call in order to use this method. And that's why we called nationally and actually internationally into the US. With digging, you're trying to keep the prospect on the phone as long as you can. Ask them as many times as you can for an appointment. They may not be fully qualified. They may be saying yes to just giving information. They may not be fully qualified and they may just be saying yes to get information from you. But the whole point is that you're gonna set up a time to meet them. Then you're gonna do the walkthrough. You're gonna give them their pricing, totally understanding that they might not be ready to move forward. Maybe they're happy with their company. Maybe it's the simple fact that they're in a contract, but it's gonna allow you to get their contact, introduce yourself to them, and follow up with them over time so that when they are ready, they choose your services. And you use this method if you're in a smaller city or you don't have a ton of records to call. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna build up a really big pipeline and a really big follow-up strategy so that over time you can start closing these deals. At the beginning when I started, we were only in a 50,000 person town. So everything I did was essentially digging. There are clients that we still have today that are $5,000 a month that took me 2 years to close. They just weren't ready to leave. I'd pop in every 3 months. I'd send a phone call. Maybe I'd send a gift at Christmas reminding them that I was around. And then when they were ready to switch, they phoned me. So digging is a long-term strategy when you're doing appointment setting. You just want somebody to say yes to meeting you and like having a quote on file. Whether they're ready to move forward or not is completely irrelevant. Even when you do the digging strategy, you're gonna get a lot more appointments. So if I'm skimming, I'll get 1 appointment a day. That's good. If I'm digging, I'll probably get 3 appointments a day. And one of them will be really good still where they'll wanna move forward. When I'm digging and I'm just calling everybody, our close usually drops from about a 40% to a 20%. So you're not closing as many deals right away, but you will be closing them over the long term. So these are longer deal cycles that you have. And you're simply doing it if you don't have a lot of leads to call. Now, before you make the decision, here's a few things to keep in mind. First one is city size. Like I've already said, if you're around 1 million people in your city, you're only gonna have 15 to 20,000 records. So if you're in a smaller city and you don't have any suburbs to also add to it, digging is probably gonna be the way to go. The second thing you need to understand is calling frequency. On average, you can call, so essentially you could call them every 3 months without them getting upset. There will always be a few people that get upset even if you call them once, but you could call them 4 times a year and ask them the exact same question to give a quote without ever having an issue whatsoever. So if you're in a city with 1 million people and you have 20,000 records, it really, really depends on if you want to stay in your city or if you're willing to expand to other cities or other states or provinces. And you have 2 appointment setters, like you essentially can have them call those leads all the time. You could probably go up to 4 appointment setters on that city and every 3 months call them. So take that into account when you do your math for digging, because it's really, really going to help. I prefer the skimming method, just going very, very wide and getting a whole bunch of really qualified leads and then handing them over to our presenters or your outside salespeople, because the closing quality is better. It keeps them happier. They're not doing a whole bunch of leads, just kind of throwing out quotes and then having to follow back later. And that's what we've been able to grow our business on. But again, so I hope this information helps. As always, like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to do a free 50-minute coaching call with me, click the link above. Just make sure your company is doing over $500,000 a year, because those are the companies that we can help the most with coaching. Again, thank you very much for your time. I hope you have a great day.